What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Whiskey Delta, the program brought to you by Military Gaming League, where we look for the movers and shakers in the military and veteran gaming community, the community at large. Those movers and shakers that are doing amazing things, have fantastic stories to tell, achieving just things that nobody would else dare dream in current level state of society today. My guest today, a very special guest who is doing some of that moving and shaking. His team is doing pews left and right, making some amazing video content, doing really well in the competitive esports world. The content that they produce is so incredibly consistent, it will knock your socks off. I digress. If you love our videos, you like them, drop us a follow, subscribe, like, comments. We enjoy interacting with you. So please like, subscribe, follow. Whiskey Delta has been going on for a while now, and we plan on continue having it go on for a while now. So check us out. Drop us some comments. Let us know maybe future guests that you'd like to see us interview, and yeah, it'll be an amazing time. So without further ado, our guest this morning, somebody I've known about for quite some time. He's been in and around the competitive PUBG scene, is where you'll know him from the most. He is MachineGunnerUSMC, aka Gunner from Shoot to Kill Esports for PUBG. Hello, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Well, morning us, evening you.
Yeah, it's midnight over here, but thank you guys so much for having me. It's honestly, it's a pleasure.
Well, thank you so much. It took a little bit of coordination effort and math on both our hands to make this happen with being across the pond in Korea. But absolutely found out that y'all were over in Korea doing this, and that you're over there, correct me if I'm wrong, 3 plus months total for that entire trip that you are, and no trips back home. You're in Korea for 3 months.
The entire time, yeah. We started heading out like January 7th. I got here January 13th, and like instantly we had to go into a government quarantine facility, and then like working up to that, there was like a lot of logistics to get like a visa secured. We're basically here on an E63 visa, which is basically like an athlete visa. So they were able to work with us. PUBG was able to work with us. And then we worked with the South Korean embassies basically to get this done and get us over here to compete in what is now a $5 million PUBG tournament.
That is absolutely
it's crazy. Every time I say it,
it's mind-boggling to think about. So let's put the brakes on that for a second, and let's rewind really far. It's a great showstopper right there. Literally, you're playing for a $5 million purse.
Yeah.
But let's talk about how you got there. What got you into the Marines, and when?
When I was in high school, I mean, I was debating on like just different things that I wanted to do, and the military was always on my mind because of like my family. I had a bunch of family members that were in the military, and then I wanted to give myself a challenge, so I signed up for the Marine Corps. I thought I'd better myself. I wasn't really the greatest student, definitely not the smartest guy, since you obviously saw how long it took me to try and convert my time to your time. So, and I still got it wrong. But yeah, so I mean, going from there, I was just like, yeah, I think the Marine Corps is probably a good choice for me. And signed up. They tried to get me to do like motor T and stuff like that, but I was like I was interested in the infantry, so I signed up as a 0300, which is like the infantry option at the time. And then I eventually got to be an 0331, which is a machine gunner, and which is obviously how I got the name. And then I did 4 years from 2006 to 2010, 3 deployments. My first one was to Iraq. My second one was on a MEU, the 22nd MEU, which is a Marine Expeditionary Unit. For anyone that doesn't know, it's basically you attach a Marine unit or battalion. We attach to naval ships, kind of float around everywhere, go to different countries, got to go all over the world, really. Trained with foreign militaries, got to take like Liberty and Liberty ports in like Spain, Greece, Dubai, Bahrain, Turkey, all over the place, honestly. And then my third deployment was to Haiti after the earthquake in 2010. And then that was my 4 years.
What got you into playing PUBG?
Well, basically, when I got out, I started using the post 9/11 GI Bill. So I was going to school. My buddy's like, "Hey, like, there's this game called League of Legends. You should play it with me." I was like, you know, and this was my buddy I was in the Marine Corps with. You know, he got out at the same time as me, and you know, I looked at it and I was like, well, I mean, this doesn't really look like my kind of game, but you know, since you're playing, you know, I'll play with you. I want to play with you, right? So I started playing. I started playing League with him, and I just got addicted to the game, you know. And it's not like an FPS or anything like that, but and then a couple of our other buddies that we were in the Marine Corps with, they all started playing too, and we all started getting addicted to playing. So at the time, I was playing on a laptop, and then one of my other buddies, who's a Marine as well, his laptop wasn't good enough to play, but he always wanted to watch us play. So, you know, one day I turned my stream on Twitch for the first time with the sole intention of basically just allowing him to watch, you know, us play, right? Because he couldn't. And, you know, other people started tuning in. So then it really started with that. Like I started streaming on Twitch a lot. Like, you know, it was pretty successful for a while going to college. And then PUBG came out, and I was like, yeah, let me try this game. You know, it looks like it's kind of like a tactical, like a shooter that I'd be interested in. So I basically started playing that. I got pretty good at the game, right? And then I found other people that were good at the game, and we just started playing together. And then I basically became a pro at the game. And then, you know, now this was a few years. I mean, this is like 3 years ago. And now, obviously, I find myself coaching. You know, I feel like once I hit 33, it's time to coach. You know, all these young guys coming in, their reflexes are just out of control. Like, they just got me beat. So, you know, coaching, I found a good role in. And I mean, I love it. You know, it just reminds me of like being a squad leader in the Marine Corps, just like having, you know, a solid core group of guys around me 24/7 that I could just help if they ever need anything.
So let's talk about the evolution from player to coach and what brought about Shoot to Kill, or STK, your current organization, the team that you're coaching. How did that just powerhouse? Because I don't have another term for it. How did that manifest? Whose brainchild was STK? And let's talk about how it started and we'll slowly work into what we got going on now.
Mm-hmm. So basically, Shoot to Kill was a team before I joined, and you know, they had made roster changes, and their current coach had left to coach another team, like a Team Solo Mid, which was a EU team at the time and still is. But so they were looking for a coach. They were signed with Lazarus, but it still was the Shoot to Kill team. Like basically, Shoot to Kill got picked up by the organization Lazarus. So so they were looking for a coach, and they were looking for another player. And you know, it honestly came at a perfect time for me because like I was, you know, for me, I just kind of had enough playing. You know, like I kind of realized like, you know, realistically, I just can't keep up with like some of these guys, and you know, I enjoy playing the game, and I really, I learned a lot. You know, but you know, I don't think I could have been the best player, you know, and that was very clear to me. And I'm, you know, pretty straightforward with myself, so I was like, you know what, like, yeah, maybe I'll take a back seat. I'll just weigh my options. I'll see what's going on. And then they reached out to me and said, hey, like, obviously we know you have been around since the start. And we know you have a lot of experience playing, like leading in game. And then obviously like the military experience. And, we'd like to see if you'd be interested in coaching us. And, that was the best message I've ever got, honestly. This was like, like a year and a half ago now. Actually more than that. Gosh. But yeah, so they just reached out to me, and then they basically said like, hey, if you take the job, you are gonna have to fly out to California in like 2 weeks to compete in the MPL, which was like the pro league for North America in Los Angeles. And I took it. So I went to LA, and that's how it started for me, coaching.
Bringing it full circle back into a little bit more of the details for the current event. You're in Korea now. You're in Korea for another couple months for this world event.
Mm-hmm.
What can we expect out of STK in this tournament? You're averaging more kills than every other team. You're consistently winning engagements. You're for all intensive purposes, you're first in this tournament. From everything that I can read, overall, you're making waves where people didn't expect you to make waves.
Yeah.
What's next? Just keep riding this gravy train. You're just regardless of something happens down the road for the tournament, you've turned heads left and right, and things are amazing. Things should only be going up for Shoot to Kill.
Yeah, I mean, we've we've all made tough decisions, like just coming here and leaving, for 3 months. It's just like, a deployment or anything. Like, it's just like anytime you leave home for 3 months and you leave your family, like it's mentally taxing. And these guys, they got girlfriends, wives, kids. So it's like, it's rough. We may not be deploying to Iraq, but the distance is still there. And the fact that we are committing as much time as we are to what we're doing, and the fact that obviously, the time schedule is so different, is very mentally draining on them, and even me, and I've been all over. But that's the one thing I feel like we've had an edge on, I'd say, with other people, is like our mentality is very strong because of the bond that we have with each other. Like we, at any point, in the military, you'd know, like it's like they'd say it's an open door policy, right? Like, if someone needs help or someone needs to talk, that the door is always open, and we will, whatever problems, we'll get through with each other. And this team has that same mentality. Like we are constantly helping each other. If someone is down, like we will do whatever it takes to figure out how we can make it better. And our mentality is just I think leagues above other teams and other players. We've already been here for quite a while, and you could tell from the other teams who were favorites coming into here, that it is, it's affecting them. Like it's hundreds of thousands of people are watching, daily when we play. And there's also like a pick'em system in which, people could pick your team. And if your team does well, they basically get rewards in game for it. And, there's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people doing that. And, when your team, when you look and you see your team has over 250,000 votes from the different people, like in the back of your mind, it's like, man, like, I don't want to let those people down. So, it is just like, it's a mental drain, like and that's coming from me, and like a lot of these guys are, I mean, I think I'm actually probably the only veteran that is here. Actually, no, there is one other veteran that is here. He's the coach of Liquid, but it's like it's crazy. I don't know how else to explain it. It is actually just crazy.
Fantastic. So if somebody wants to get a hold of yourself or any of the other members of STK, where do they got to go? If you want to go ahead and drop your socials real quick, drop Twitch, drop Twitter. If you have any merch, anything like that, go ahead and drop those links, and we'll make sure that they get included in the video as well.
Yeah, I mean, my Twitch is just MachineGunnerUSMC, and my Twitter is at OwenUSMC21. And I pretty much just like earlier, if anyone messages me, I always respond. If anyone has any questions or need help with anything, whether it's gaming related or life related, I will always take the time to help anybody that needs it. So feel free to message me or contact me at any time, and I will be there.
Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you so much. This has been another episode of Whiskey Delta, brought to you by Military Gaming League. I'm Mike Karnowski, aka Devil. We got into the details with Gunner USMC, the coach, the myth, the madman himself, who is taking STK at the pro PUBG scene Worlds event in Korea. We're going to see some amazing things out of them in the coming months. You definitely need to tune in and watch. These guys are literal fire. Most average kills per game, just some of the spiciest plays you will ever see. Go check this video out, give it a like, subscribe, check out some of our other fabulous, amazing, sometimes derpy content. If it's involving me, it usually is. And see what else we got coming out in the future. We appreciate everybody that does come out and drop comments. We love to see your interaction, and we'll respond to you, whatnot. But thank you once again for coming and tuning in for another episode of Whiskey Delta. Have a great one, everyone.
Thank you.